Hello and welcome back to Mount & Blade Warband and our 10th year anniversary series. Alright, so we are now just about to take Harrengoth Castle, or at the very least we're gonna try, because in here they have a pretty good garrison. I wouldn't say that they have the best garrison in the world, obviously, but they definitely have a solid one. And so as a result, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than normal. So let's see if I can actually tell my forces to hold position somewhere over there. There we go. I think I got them got them relatively accurately down over on the battlements. Because if we can just move these forces in, which is exactly what we've been doing in previous sieges, I mean, really, this strategy is just so incredibly powerful. It really is super, super nice. And now we can just tell my forces to charge in once again, and all of the enemy is just going to get surrounded. And that's exactly what we want. Ooh, wait a minute. I am actually getting... Ooh, I'm taking a bit of damage. There are a couple of vassals in here as well. That might also be the reason why we are suffering a little bit at the hands of the opponent, because there is actually a -5 battle advantage here, as far as I'm aware. I think it's -5 or -4 or something along those lines, and that is really making a huge difference to our overall presence in the siege itself, because of course the enemy is outnumbering us pretty significantly in actual fact. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna hopefully not die here. Thank you very much. There are a lot of enemies here, as I said. And I guess the only thing that we can kind of take away from that is that we can be, well, kind of happy that we will be able to eliminate enemies just that much faster. Just purely for the fact that they are numerous, you know? They're everywhere, and we can eliminate them as and when we see fit. And hopefully that's going to stay the course, shall we say? And hopefully yeah, I'm not actually sure what I should even do now. I was actually thinking, yeah, you know what? Let's do a crowd surf, right? Let's do a crowd surf, because that seems like a fun idea. But then I'm thinking, maybe not the best idea, because I only have 31 units on the battlefield at the moment. We've already eliminated 150 of the enemy. I have to be very careful, though. I cannot get eliminated, and there are many, many crossbowmen over there. But I'm going to go for the crowd surf nevertheless. Okay, there we go. Oh, that actually worked a little bit better than anticipated. I actually thought that I was going to get stopped in between all of the enemies. That would have been real bad, because then we would have had a pretty hard time of things, I think. But now things are looking a little bit easier, but I've got to still be a bit careful of enemies coming in from behind, because they are obviously going to be watching out for us and trying to eliminate us as best they can. I do need to be a bit careful of these fellows as well. Cannot take any damage. If I take damage here, this is going to be... Well, if I take any damage here, this is going to be bad, is what I was going to say. Okay, wow, there's actually a significant vassal presence in here. That is very... I didn't even look at how many people were in here. I just saw the battle advantage, and I was like, well, we've got to do it, you know? We've got to do it. This is what everything is looking like, by the way. As you can see, I didn't bother going to ryibelet Castle just yet. Uxkhal was taken just now, like moments ago, before I went into Harrengoth Castle, and everything else is looking pretty decent. Obviously, the Khergits have taken back Halmar and Kudan, so obviously those are two things that I really want to take back, but... as it stands, I think we should have a pretty decent time in Harrengoth Castle. So I'm going to continue our besieging here, and hopefully we're going to be able to take it. Suno is once again... it's a siege tower as well. That grinds my gears, you know. It grinds my gears to have to recreate our siege tower. Obviously, that's just, you know... that's just the game, and we failed, we failed. So we obviously have to go back in there and see what we can do. All right, so let's hope that the vassals don't have a particularly good amount of wound treatment. Because if they have good wound treatment, all of them are going to be back on their feet, and it's going to be very difficult for us to even get onto the battlements. But yeah, considering this siege tower has a relatively long distance to the walls, I guess I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so it's time for us to breach the defenses once again. I'm a little bit worried about this, actually, because I don't really... I don't know. I'm not sure if we can even get in here, to be honest. But I'm going to try the hold position strategy. Seems like that always works pretty nicely, to be honest. Very, very effective to get inside. And then we can actually swarm around the various defenders around here quite simply. And we should just eliminate these Swadian infantry. There's still a bunch right next to the entryway for the battlements here. So let me try and clear those out. Another reason why you definitely don't want to go after the archery nest as the player character. You really do want to make sure that your own contribution to the battle, and this holds true for basically, you know, both games, you know, Warband and Bannerlord. You want to make sure that your own forces are relatively safe, especially considering if you're fighting against a superior force in terms of their numbers, then you're really going to need to assist your own forces and make sure that they don't succumb to the overwhelming forces of the opponent, and you know, assisting them in whatever way that they need. You know, that really makes a big difference. Anyway, we're just gonna do another little crowd surf. Yeah, that actually didn't work out as I intended, but okay, I guess that's not too bad. There's still, wow, so many enemies here. What is actually going on? They have so many enemies. Okay, this is very difficult, actually. This is one of those times where I think to myself, okay, maybe I have bitten off a bit more than I can chew. Maybe I should have called for a campaign. I don't know. But one thing that I have noticed is, I don't know whether you noticed that either, but the siege of Uxkhal has been started by one of our vassals, which is very nice, gotta say. Really pleased that we see that. Look at this, 131. We've already eliminated 131, and the enemy is still sending reinforcements. You know what that means? That means the vassals have just magicked up a bunch of additional units and just slapped them in the garrison here. And that's actually partially the reason why, as many people you know, have correctly assessed in the past, the reason why Bannerlord and the way that Bannerlord reinforcing for the AI works, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The improvements that they have made to the way that the AI reinforces its own army, I think it's nice. I know very early on in Bannerlord's life cycle, when it first released out onto Steam and into early access, there was a time when the AI would only reinforce from villages, and because the AI is really, I'm not going to mince words here, it's kind of bad at leveling up forces, unless, you know, you give them like trainer skill, or you give them some kind of passive experience benefit over time, something like that. But yeah, generally the AI is not very good at leveling up troops. So what would end up happening is I would be besieging something, I'd have someone come in, try to attack me, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, you want to fight? Okay, let's fight. And then I fight them, full strength army, by the way, full strength army, and then we defeat them, just purely for the fact that we outmatch them in regards to army composition. That's pretty much the only thing that we really had over them at that point. This was in a series, by the way, the Khergit Khanate series, if you are, not the Khergit Khanate, the Khuzait Khanate series, there we go, the Khuzait Khanate series in Bannerlord, if you are interested, that is. Obviously, if you're not, then, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But, whatever the case, we would defeat their large strength army, and then we would go, okay, well, no, that's cool, okay, we can actually start and continue our siege against this particular fief. And I continue the siege. And then all of a sudden, the same vassal comes out of nowhere. And I think to myself, what? How fast do you have to be to get your forces back? And then I look at the composition of this vassal. And all they have is 26 recruits. And that's it. They just have 26 recruits. And in my opinion, that's exactly why they ended up changing things. Because as I say, at that point, they only recruited from villages and towns, and because they obviously wanted to try and defend their lands, I mean, of course, they wanted to try and defend their lands, you know, that makes sense, right? But they were going into battle with an army that couldn't even fight its way out of a paper bag. So that was making things very difficult for them. in general. So yeah, so that's the reason why the developers then went back to the drawing board and they were like, okay, what are we going to do now about this whole, you know, AI behavior thing? And I assume that that's why they came up with this idea where if the AI has, you know, has like garrisons in and around the area, which inevitably they would if they are an established faction, then the AI will take units from those garrisons and then form a relatively strong army composition from that. Not sure if the garrison then magically gains recruits over time. I don't know whether that is indeed the case, but, well, whatever the case, it's still a better situation than how it is here in Warband, where they just magic them up from nowhere, and they can do this at any point, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, Aodin is actually attempting to besiege this, which I am actually not particularly pleased about. I wanted to do this myself, because... actually, I'm just going to leave him to it, to be honest. Just going to leave him to it, and we'll see what happens. Oh, Suno actually got taken. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't even realize it was under siege still. Okay, so... Oh, never mind, never mind. It has just been besieged again by Lord Nudar. Okay, so there's Lord Nudar. Turagor... Turagor is here? What? Did I accept him? I don't think so. Did I? I don't think so. I don't think I remember accepting him, but whatever the case, let's actually just have a look here. Oh, wow, ryibelet Castle is looking really annoying. Oh, well, never mind. It is indeed a siege tower. By the way, people are actually starting to leave the Swadian kingdom as well, which is absolutely perfect, because that means that we will be able to, you know, do some things. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look. Someone has just defected away from us. Who is that? Rayeck. Oh, Rayeck. Oh, yeah. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. Okay. So Rayeck, as far as I'm aware, I did not give him any fiefs, which is actually perfect, because then he basically just left without taking anything with him, and it was pretty easy for us to deal with that. And there we have it. We have taken the castle, and now we can move on to Suno, potentially. I don't actually think we even need to go over there, to be honest. I didn't show this one because it was, well, you know, pretty easy. Nothing really to worry about there. And I'm actually needing, I'm needing a little bit of food, aren't I? Yeah, I think I'm needing a little bit of food. Anyway, Olaf needs something. Yeah, so Suno and Uxkhal are both under siege. So Nuzk Castle has been taken, and that is also under siege. Not entirely sure who it's under siege by, though. It could be under siege by the Kyrgyz, which would be pretty bad. And I'm actually thinking now that maybe we will go over to Selezk Castle or one of these, and we'll just see what happens. But let's actually have a look-see here and see whether... No, Uxkhal is not being taken. Okay. Oh, no. Now it's besieged again. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what Lord Aodin is doing. It's kind of a little bit irritating for me, but okay. Can't really do much about that. If he decides to be a little bit of a dilly-dally person, then obviously he can decide to do that if he wants to. But for me, I would very much appreciate if he would just get on with it. But yeah, you know how it is sometimes. They generally tend to be a little bit hesitant. And I would actually love if we would get some kind of peace agreement coming in. Not that soon, but in the next couple of moments when we actually take Uxkhal and Suno. That would be amazing. But yeah, Uxkhal is no longer under siege once more. Okay, so it seems like I am going to need to go over there and actually take it. I was really hoping that Lord Aodin would actually just, you know, bite the bullet and commit his forces. He has 125, or somewhere around there. I think that should be enough for a potential victory in a siege. I mean, surely, right? Surely he's going to be able to do something there, but I don't know. It seems, yeah, it seems like he's just a bit worried. I don't know. Maybe he's just who knows? Maybe he's just allowing the vassals in there to recoup their losses and to gain as much strength as possible. So when I go over there, there's 100 and something units inside. Yeah. I mean, there's actually 100 units or so, I think, probably by now, which is really funny because when I first looked at it, I mean, we saw it together, right? You saw it as well. So basically, they had, I think, 16 total in the garrison, and then they just had a bunch of vassals in there with sub 10 units, less than 10. So it was kind of a shocking revelation that he basically didn't decide to do anything with it. And, well, I suppose it's not too bad, because I am actually doing something meaningful with my time by taking Slezsk Castle away from Mr. Rayeck, because I do believe I gave this to him in the first few moments of his vassalage to try and appease him a little bit, try and get him a couple of units and things like that, but I don't think he actually bothered to do anything, to be honest. I think he was a very passive vassal, kind of disappointing, all things considered, but there you go. I mean, he had pretty bad relations with us anyway, so I suppose that's possibly the reason. Anyway, ooh, look at this. We've got a bunch of Swadian man-at-arms. Very nice indeed. Okay, I will take a lancer just because, and I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I guess we'll just take some Swadian footmen, and that's basically all I can take. Anyway, Slezsk Castle has now been taken. Let's give this to Lord Olaf. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we are now going to just very quickly head on over to Kudan, because what I want to do is I want to see exactly what's going on there. I want to just, appraise it a little bit, see how the... Oh, wow, yeah, the garrison is looking really, really tasty. Look at that, 56. Can I actually... No. Okay, unfortunate. I really wanted to do something there by just literally going straight on in and forcing them to surrender straight off, but no. As it stands, that's not going to happen. Also, the Khergits have taken Dirham from us. They are getting a little bit too big for their britches, if I can be that overconfident, shall we say. You know me. If I get overconfident, bad things happen. Bad things happen. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just see if I can do something here. No, don't fall off, please. Oh dear, that would be awful. Okay, there we go. I think I got a good hold position, banner position right there. Hopefully that's going to get... Whoa, Marnid's on a killing spree. Marnid's on a... Whoa, he killed 4. He's killed 4 enemies so far. How is he even doing that? I have no idea. How is he even doing that and still staying alive? Bear in mind. Okay, there we go. I jinxed him. He's dead now. Yes, that is the classic, isn't it? Okay, so I'm only hoping that we will be able to just penetrate the defenses. Can we even do that? Can we even do that? I don't know. I mean, it feels to me like this feels bad. This feels bad because literally, look, you see how incredibly weird the ladder is. Like, this ladder is not meant to be here, in my opinion. This ladder is way too large, and as you can see, it even clips into the battlements themselves. So yeah, I think a thinner ladder was probably meant to be placed here, because now I'm stuck on the outside and it's very, very difficult for me to even get inside. But oh well, never mind. I mean, I guess I can just try to very slowly squeeze in, but I think that's going to be a bit difficult as it is. Maybe I can... can I do this? Is this working? Oh no, that's actually... Oh, that's working a little bit better. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I like that. Okay, there we go. That's working much, much better. Maybe it's just us actually, clearing the way. That might actually be the thing that is even working, but I'm going to just jump off here. I did that on purpose. I know. It looked like I didn't, but I did. Okay. Well, believe what you will. Believe what you will. I will, technically, it was a bit of a mistake, but I kind of wanted to anyway, so don't think it's too bad. And hopefully I'm not going to get myself eliminated here either. Wow, these guys. Are you serious? Wow, okay, I'm dead, I think. Okay. I'm really surprised, actually, that there are so many archers. Look, you see how many projectiles are coming towards me right now? Wow, okay. Yeah, I have no idea what even happened right there. That was literally like a rapid fire machine gun or something. I have no clue how they were even able to do that. And I mean, you saw that there were only 56 units in the garrison, didn't you? Yeah, that's the reason why those vassals at the very end of our, building the ladders, they immediately went in after us. And as a result, they added to the garrison, and that's exactly the reason why this particular fight is so incredibly difficult. Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Let's tell these guys to charge in now so that everyone can actually start fighting properly. Although, I mean, they're technically already fighting properly, but did you see those guys down in the courtyard? They were basically just holding position, because of course that's what I told them to do. And, well, we kind of need them not to do that. We need them to move on there. But yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised I lived, to be honest. I have how much HP? Let me have a look. Ah, it doesn't actually show my current HP, unfortunately. I had 58 out of 60 right there. But there you go. There's a nice little victory for us at Kudan, and we actually eliminated 2 vassals in the process, which I gotta say, I feel like that's pretty good. You know, that's like three for 1, pretty much. I like that. Let's give this to Nelag, I guess. Olaf is definitely going to need something as well. Lord Aedan as well. And we're going to buy some food while we're here, even though it's not that much. No, we've got a pretty decent amount of food, so it's not actually necessary, but it's always good to stock up on things just in case. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly make my way over to Uxkhal now. Hopefully Nelag or whoever is taking care of this is actually going to do a good job. Slezsk Castle is now under siege. Maybe I can do a little bit of a field battle real fast before we head back to Uxkhal, but you see, the thing is, the longer I take to get back to Uxkhal, the longer it's going to be for the opponent to recoup their losses and to regenerate a bunch of defenses there. Actually, I think I will go to Dirim first. Yes, I think I will go to Dirim first. That sounds like a much better idea. Also, I really do not want to fight the Khergits on the field, if I can help it. Because it's going to take a literal, I don't even know. It's going to take a massive amount of time. Can I? Oh, are you serious that I have to build a siege tower? Okay, well, let's go over to Sanursk Castle and actually see what's going on here. No, we can easily take this back. There we go. Super easy. Very nice. Boom. Done. And we're going to give this to Olaf, I suppose. There we go. And yeah, so Dirim is a little bit problematic, but I'm going to continue focusing on the Swadians here for now. So let's just go right on over to Uxkhal. We've taken Suno. Ah, that's perfect. That's actually perfect. That's great timing. But unfortunately, let's have a look. Yeah, King HARLAUS is in here. As I expected. Okay, that's the reason why Lord Aedan was being really, really cagey and hesitant. Because King HARLAUS was around. Let's see what we can do here. Is this guy actually coming to help me? He is. Oh, hello. Okay, you're actually coming to help. I'm very surprised about that. Anyway, Lord Nadar. Oh no, Lord Nadar's the good guy. Yeah, I remember him. Okay, that's actually perfect. So, let's see what we can do with this. This is obviously a single ladder siege, but I think we should be fine. It's just a case of, you know, getting in there. And I'm going to get out my shield just in case. I don't really want to get pushed off. Oh yeah, my archers are in a bad position right now, actually. Yeah, okay. We might have some issues here. Can I just get in? All I want to do is get inside. That is it. Please. Just let me get onto the battlements. That is all I want. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now bad things will happen, because I'm probably going to get killed by enemy vassals. Or maybe not, maybe not. Maybe I'm actually surviving. Okay, great. I'm just going to very quickly eliminate these crossbowmen, because they're going to do a lot of damage with their headshots from here. And I don't really want to get focused down by them, if I can help it, because obviously I'm going to be facing my back towards them. And there we have it. Okay, perfect. And now I think we can probably tell my forces to just hold position up here. Let me see if I can do some damage. Yeah, there's a huge amount of vassals in here. They are going to be very, very proficient at eliminating our units. As you can see, we're losing a lot of people around us right now. So the more we can eliminate them, the better. And it seems like it's actually working out quite nicely for us so far. Whoa, that guy's got my helm on. How dare you? How dare you have the moose helm? That is not allowed. I am the only one that is allowed to have that. Thank you. At least in this playthrough. And wow, okay, that Swadian knight was really going to town on us as well. Okay, I don't really want to no, I don't want to charge over there by myself. Yeah, as you can see, taking massive damage from them. Okay, oh, this is really bad. Yeah, so many enemies. Yeah, this is exactly the reason why Lord Aedan was defeated as well. I don't know whether you noticed that, but he was actually defeated just moments before we even arrived here. So, yeah, I can see why. I can see why. Don't worry about it, Aiden. I'm sure he's feeling pretty bad about what happened here. But he doesn't have to worry, because I have now just been eliminated, and that is it for our attempt to take Uxkhal. Very surprising, isn't it? Very surprising that they were able to defend so heavily against us, especially considering we have Nadar's help. Bear that in mind. We have his help, but it's still not enough. That's speaking volumes for the proficiency of King HARLAUS's army. I mean, really, it's very, very surprising that he was actually able to survive this much. Let's remember this time to place my archers down below, and they should only have around 100 units to dedicate to this particular defense, maybe around 130 if they're lucky, but I'm pretty sure we should be fine. At least I hope so. So let's just see if we can do the same thing again. All I really want to do is just get onto the battlements, like I said before. That is the best thing we can do, and the most efficient way we can actually contribute to the victory that awaits us. Now let's just see if we could. Yep, that happens. Unfortunately, that happens way too often, in my opinion, but it does happen. I literally only took 4 damage. I took 4 damage, but yet that was enough to stagger me and enough to make me fall off the ladder. That was very frustrating, but oh well, never mind. I mean, we're so far doing pretty well in regards to eliminating the enemy, so I don't think we really need to worry too much, but still, you know, I want to get in there, I want to have fun. You know, I want to do all that, but no. As it stands, that sharpshooter did not want me doing that. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, yeah, unfortunately the enemy is still receiving reinforcements by the looks of things. And so, yeah, we're going to have some issues getting inside, possibly, but as long as we can eliminate all of their infantry-based units, we should be absolutely fine to then move on and eliminate their crossbowmen. Yeah, I'm kind of worried at this point. I could do the whole position strategy, I know, but I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't want to jump. I don't want to click on the map. I just want to make sure that my forces are just getting in there, doing as much damage as they can. I'm getting shot, actually, as well. Thankfully, I'm aiming my shield in the right direction. That might not be enough. As you can see, we're losing many units as they come into the battlements here too. It's all thanks to these Swadian knights and Swadian infantry. Wow, they have a load of them. They have a load of them. Okay, so I'm just gonna swing. Just gonna swing overheads right here. This is gonna be the best shot that we're gonna have to actually achieve victory. I am being shot as we speak, which is really frustrating for me, but can't really do much about it, as I say. Okay, there we go. Can I... Oh, okay. Yep. Yes, okay. That is what we call a jetpack moment. Yes, that has happened to me multiple times in the past. Yeah, you know why that happens? Yeah, that happens because of the... it's like a hitbox collision problem or something like that. I really don't know the exact reason for it from a technological standpoint, but it is it is very, very funny when it happens, I gotta say. But yeah, thankfully we're actually okay. We can go straight back on in here, and this is gonna be our victory. Very surprising that we were taking so long over this, but that's what happens. King HARLAUS's army was so incredibly strong that he had nothing to worry about. He had absolutely nothing to worry about. And him alone being in the garrison has made this into an absolute nightmare. And that's really funny, because if you recall, when we took Uxkhal before, it was actually not even that bad. You know, we did have a couple of casualties here and there, but we were really not having that many problems. Whereas you just put one little King HARLAUS in the garrison, and then all of a sudden it turns into an absolute terrible thing. Anyway, Okay, yeah, I should have actually taken that guy prisoner, but yeah, well, whatever. It doesn't really matter now. And we're going to be letting these guys go. They have good personalities. This guy has a good personality too. And then we have a bunch of units that we're going to be able to rescue, which is exactly what we want. Can we get some... Yeah, okay, we got some Vagian Knights. We got some... we want some Vagian Marksmen as well. And let's see what else we can get. I already took the Nords. Could get some Nord veteran archers if I want to, or we could... get some trained footmen. I think I would like some Swadians, but I'm thinking maybe I'll just go for Vagier horsemen. Sounds a bit weird for me to go for Vagier horsemen in comparison to the other things, but I think that's probably going to be a decent idea. Let's give this to Aodin because he tried really hard to take this, and I don't blame him for failing. I mean, look at what happened to me. You know, we were having some big problems. So yeah, it's to be expected that an AI would be defeated here, considering so many powerful units found here. And there's Rolf. Hello there, Rolf. I can't take on anyone else, sir. Okay, yeah, it doesn't even really matter at this point, because as you can see, we actually have 87 right to rule, which is, in my opinion at least, perfectly fine. And there you go. We've taken the entirety of the Swadians' territory. And I'm just waiting and biding my time until the Rodoks want to declare war against us again as well, because obviously they only have a very small section of territory. And then it's just the Khergits and the Saranids. The Saranids are remarkably quiet. I'm not sure why they're being so quiet, but I'm sure that they have a reason. I'm sure they're going to be very sneaky, aren't they? They're going to be very sneaky. Okay, so we can only hope now that because... they have been defeated. They will now start... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, they actually took Suno. Okay, wait a minute. Let's actually see what's going on there. It can't be King HARLAUS, surely. Oh, are you serious? That is hilarious. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just call for a meeting with the castle command. No, okay, you don't want to do that. Yeah, they don't want to do that. You know why? Because they have a bunch of vassals in there. And as I said to you before, they can just magic units out of thin air. And that's exactly what they want to do. As you can see, look at how many units they have. They have 68 and counting, actually. Look at that, 70, 72. They're literally just spawning them in out of thin air. Wow, they only had 15 in the garrison here. And then the 2 hours that it took me to actually create the ladders. Boom. And now bear in mind, you gotta think about this too. Campaign AI, alright? Campaign AI. You know what it does in Warband? Because obviously it's a little bit different in Bannerlord, but what it does in Warband is it makes the spawn rate, well, shall we say, it makes the ability for enemy vassals to gain units so incredibly fast that I'm surprised this is happening as it is on this setting, because I generally don't like playing with campaign AI on a particularly high setting, because I feel it turns it into way too much of a grind. As you can see right here, it's just not realistic, in my opinion. You know, I mean, where are they going to recruit units from? You know, they don't have anything to recruit units. So generally, they wouldn't be able to gain these people and these reinforcements that easily, from a realistic standpoint, that is. That's the reason why campaign AI, at least in Warband, is not such a good setting, in my opinion. You know, if you want to, and if you want to make things a little bit more lengthy, if you want a longer gameplay experience, then by all means. But eventually it's going to come to a point after you have, you know, a couple of dominations over Calradia. You're going to think to yourself, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore, you know, kind of thing. Anyway, let's have a look-see. Yeah, we're just going to take this guy prisoner, just going to let him go, and going to let him go, and there we go. All right, so there we are. We were able to take Suno back, which is absolutely perfect, and now we can actually give this to Olaf. There we go, and I will buy a little bit more food. There we are. All right, so tavern, let me see. Is the fellow here that I want? Belligerent drunk. Is he going to talk to me? No, please don't talk to me. Okay. I was hopeful that he wouldn't. Okay, so yeah, there we go. We've now taken Suno, and we have now basically defeated the Swadians. Let's hope that they don't take anything else. Are they in the process of taking anything else? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. They might be I don't know, they might be attempting to take something somewhere, but I wouldn't know. I can't keep track of absolutely everything, can I? Oh, hello. There is a vassal here. Let's actually see. You know what? I'm gonna have a bit of an experiment here because, as we know, the auto resolve for Warband is really bad, right? So I'm gonna just try it out here. This guy has 33 units. By all intents and purposes, he should be defeated in the first attack. Boom. He was defeated on the first attack, and we only lost one Nord Huskarl. Oh, okay, that's actually not entirely bad. I was kind of thinking that we would have a much worse time than we actually did. All right, well, that's okay then, I suppose. Anyway, that's probably going to be it for this episode. I'm 100% assuming that the Swadians will now start fleeing away from their faction. They will start defecting to you know, different places, and the Khergits are being extremely... Ah, hello, Rayeck. Yes, he's attempting to take this. Yeah, the Khergits are being very, very annoying. As you can see, he's just about to take this. But you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to go in here and defend against him, and we'll see what happens with that. But otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.